Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to those of you who are new. I am so glad you're here. Today we are going to switch things up and we are heading over to my parents' house for episode 1 of many to come, where I am decluttering and organizing at my parents' house. So this week my mom had asked me to help her get a space in their home in order because they were having company over, and it was the perfect time and motivation to tackle the mounds of family pictures that had gotten completely out of hand. They needed to be sorted, organized, and cleaned up before their guests arrive. So come along with me as we tackle this beast of a project over the next 2 days. Okay, what I think I'm going to do first is I'm going to start with sorting all of the pictures into like families. This is a bunch of my dad's side, mom's side, our family, and all of that. So I'm going to just divide into families and then try to organize the pictures from there. Let's see how it goes. Just had to show this. We took a trip to New York in July or August of 2001. This was literally right before the Twin Towers fell. In September, it was the same year. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, these are some of probably the last pictures. I mean, this is old. I had just graduated high school. Look at that. Isn't that wild? I just had to show you guys as I'm going through this.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride.
So you'll see me here in a second start taking pictures of pictures, and I was just going to tell you guys that throughout this project, I mean, I was laser focused. I was not reminiscing and looking through some of these pictures more than just kind of identifying what pile they needed to go in. Was it our family, my mom's side, my dad's side? I was just laser focused, but I came across some pictures of me as a little girl and started noticing some mannerisms of my kids in these pictures. So I had to take a picture of it to show to my husband and my kids, like just things that we were like, who did that? And then realizing it was me apparently on this particular thing. And then there was some pictures of me with the curls and everything that just looked so much like Dallas. There was just a major resemblance. So I just had to stop, take a couple of pictures, and then right back to it. We were laser focused again. So back to the task at hand. I am going through all of these pictures and sorting them into groups, and then I'm going to organize them once all the pictures are sorted.
'Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. 'Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way.
Here you'll see me going through this box. The majority of this box was just negatives, and I was just removing them from the paper because none of those paper sleeves had information telling me what the negatives were or anything like that, that would have been extremely helpful to have, because if you ever need to go through all of these negatives, it's going to be quite a pain. But I was just removing that because I wanted to store all of the negatives and like picture CDs all together. So I was just sorting that out.
My way, 'cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day, 'cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay, 'cause I found my way.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be, but they're not gonna see me bleed. 'Cause baby, I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live 'cause some people never learn, but they're not gonna watch me burn. 'Cause baby, I got you. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's the dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try, but they can never take me down. Ooh, 'cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. They always bring all the lonely, but with you here nothing can scare me. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I will tell them what I'm feeling forevermore. I don't care about the feelings, not anymore. So let's show them that love is pure. No.
My mom's vision for her pictures and photos was that the majority of them would fit in this big trunk. So in order to make that happen, I had to go through and get to the bottom of the trunk, go through all of these frames and get rid of anything that was broken, falling apart, destroyed, or she didn't want anymore. So that's what I was doing, is getting all the pictures out of these frames and either donating them or sending them to the trash because they were no longer useful. So I was doing that and then continuing to sort everything into its piles. Getting to the bottom of this trunk was a huge accomplishment. I was so excited when I got to the bottom of it. Then I turned around to the mess that was behind me, but there was an order in the midst of this chaos, and this was the hardest part of the whole thing, was just categorizing and dividing everything into piles. And then on day 2 it really starts to come together, but day 1 was just going through everything, and that was the most time-consuming part of this entire project. But we were able to get rid of some things, which is always a good feeling. Donate some things, also a good feeling. And then just getting these pictures in order and organized was so satisfying, and I know it was a huge relief for my mom. So we are wrapping up day 1 here very shortly, and then we'll go right on into day 2. We are getting through this piece by piece.
But with you here, nothing can scare me. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid to love you. Not afraid to love you.
end of day 1. This is where I got everything into piles. This is my family, my dad's family, mom's family, business pictures, and then my parents, some travel pictures. Then I have gotten all the negatives together, and then I'm going to figure out a way to combine them all in CDs to have these in case they ever needed them. I emptied out this entire drawer, all of this stuff, and then I'm going to start storing pictures in it. And then I found another box I haven't gone through yet, or another bin here, so I'm going to have to go through that today. This is kind of the end of day 1, and I'm starting day 2. And anything I had questions about, I kind of threw over here on the ottoman. So here we go, day 2.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste different. Hold up, baby, I can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego, your undying ego.
We kept this project super simple and basic. I am literally labeling this album with a piece of shipping tape over the album and a Sharpie marker so that they knew what was in these albums as they went back through and needed to find things. And it's a good reminder, do not overcomplicate organizing. Sometimes I think we think, oh, we don't have the fancy equipment or tools or label makers or this or that, and so then we just put off doing a project. Do not put it off, friends. You do not have to have anything fancy. Literally a piece of tape and a Sharpie marker, just in case you ever wanted to switch the labels. That's the only reason I do that, is so that I could go back and change the labels. I use this Sharpie marker and a piece of tape on my seasonal bins, and I end up probably switching them out or decluttering every year. So I take the tape off and then I can put another piece of tape on and relabel it. Do not overcomplicate organizing. My mom had some photo boxes she bought a while back and never used. I used all of those up for this project. And then again, a Sharpie and some tape, and that is all I needed. And a vacuum, some trash bags to get rid of some trash, and that's it. So here's your nudge. Go get that project done that you've been putting off because you don't have fancy labels. You don't need them. Go get your space organized.
Humble like an everlasting ego. Someone hurt your feelings not that long ago, and every bit of you couldn't face the truth that maybe you're just not that nice and humble kind. That would be a lie. Go on, blow up your ego, your undying ego. Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes with his humble like an everlasting ego. Oh, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes. Oh, here he goes, oh, here he goes. Oh, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes with his humble like an everlasting ego. Here's to the good days. Here's to the sorrow.
I attempted to add pictures to some of those albums with the sticky page that you could pull back and stick the photos in, but the stickiness was gone. Those albums were not having it. So I wasn't able to add any more pictures to some of those older albums with the sticky page film, whatever that is called. Can't think of it right now. But anyways, we are getting to the very end of this project. This is all of my family's photos. I knew it was the biggest chunk that was going to take a little while to get populated into albums. If there was any photo albums that my mom had that still had space in them, I was going through and putting pictures in those albums to help preserve them. And then whatever was left, I was going to put it into all of the photo boxes that she had sitting around for literally years. So that is what you're seeing me do. We are getting to the end of this project. There is the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see it. We are almost there. Sit tight, friends. The amazing before and after is coming. You will not want to miss it. This was such a satisfying project, and my mom was so happy to have these photos organized, and now anybody can go up in this room and find whatever photo they need because they are all organized. They are all together, all in one place.
Wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry. 'Cause we both know.
Here it all is. Everything that my mom wanted in the trunk is in the trunk. I have photo albums here laid out, and then I had frames she was keeping right there. These shoe boxes are full of the negatives, the CDs, and a few extra pictures. Then I will move those down over the top to fit. I just kind of moved them out of the way to show you guys what was in there. Some of the bigger photos that wouldn't fit in boxes are gonna go on the top. And then I'm gonna set this shelf back inside the trunk. Once I lay these back down flat, there was plenty of room. Nothing was crammed in there, and it was just organized, cleaned out, decluttered. This felt so nice to be able to put pretty much the majority of the photos that could go in reason inside the trunk. It all fits. Such a good feeling. And then I had a couple, there's photo albums over here on these shelves that I didn't touch. There are some photos in these boxes, and they are all labeled as well. And there's some photos down in the trunk in the bottom. But these were my parents, all their travel pictures that weren't already in albums. That was in that top box. And then there was some more photos in this box, as well as the one on the bottom. And then there was some big oversized frames and things down in that trunk that none of you guys saw. That's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this content. I've got more coming at my parents' house, so just make sure you're subscribed to my channel and hit that bell notification so you get notified when I post videos. It's completely free to subscribe, but it will just keep you notified as I upload content, and I've got more in this series of decluttering at my parents. So I hope you enjoyed it today. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. If you need more motivation, I've got you covered. I will have a video linked at the very end of this video. Just click it and you can keep on going. Until next time, friends, take care.